to Friends Fascinated with Fiber
and other shit. The podcast where two dietitians are determined to make gut health conversations normal and maybe just a little bit sexy.
One fiber-filled episode at a time.
Yes, ma'am. Today we are talking about the biggest trends in gut health, nutrition at this point, and it's eating 30 or more different plant foods per week.
And before anyone panics, no, this does not mean eating 30 salads.
Thank goodness, because I don't know if I could handle that.
I'm Karissa. I'm a registered dietitian and fiber enthusiast. And you saw Tallie. She has a lot of energy today, so she's going to come and go. But she's our fiber mascot.
And I'm Crystal, and I'm also a registered dietitian. And what you hear is our fiber mascot tearing apart her chew toy.
So the 30 plants per week. The idea behind that is it's a challenge that comes from research connected to the American Gut Project, which is one of the largest citizen science studies ever conducted on the human microbiome.
Oh, and when we say large, we mean over 15,000 participants from more than 40 countries contributed samples and lifestyle information for the researchers to study.
She's obviously very excited.
I've never seen anyone so excited.
So researchers found that people who consumed 30 or more different plant foods per week tended to have greater gut microbiome diversity compared to people eating fewer than 10 plant foods weekly.
Yeah, and diversity in the gut microbiome is generally associated with better overall gut health and health outcomes.
Yeah, exactly. Different beneficial bacteria thrive on different fibers in plant compounds. So when you eat a variety of plant foods, you're feeding a wider variety of beneficial microbes.
Yeah, so it's your gut microbiome on a diverse dinner party or something.
Yes. Different guests, different nutrients, and different benefits. Good way of putting it.
Yeah. All right, Karissa, important question. What actually counts towards the 30?
So the big focus would be whole plant foods. And I want to clarify, this does not mean whole servings of food. And so I think that's really important to say. I know I originally told you, we're going to do this. And you said, what?
30 servings of all these foods? Okay.
I mean, you were willing, yeah, but you were very concerned. No, it doesn't mean that you have to have a whole serving, but you do need to have a portion.
Yeah.
So a serving of blueberries is a whole cup, right, of blueberries. But even if you have a quarter of a cup, that's of blueberries, that's enough to contribute to what would be a serving as part of the 30 plant food challenge. So just to kind of help put it into perspective. So there's 6 different categories: fruits and vegetables, there's beans and lentils, whole grains, nuts and seeds, there is herbs and spices, and then there's an other category. What's the other category, Crystal?
I think it includes coffee, tofu, which not everyone will be excited about, and dark chocolate.
Oh, I'm definitely very excited about that one. So yes. So those are your categories of foods.
All right. This is really about increasing dietary variety through actual foods. So not gaming the system with tiny sprinkles of amounts of things.
Exactly. So herbs and spices can contribute, but they're more like bonus points. So they make a micro contribution compared to whole foods. And again, I want to be clear, this is not a whole serving of food. It's a small portion of food. Yep. And I want to go a little bit deeper in explanation when it comes to the herbs and spices. And so in the herbs and spices category, You're adding oregano, you're adding garlic, you're adding, onion powder, whatever, onion flakes. All of those things contribute, but maybe four of those would be equivalent to what we would consider one portion of another category or another item of the 30 plants. So just kind of help put it into perspective.
Okay, so adding cinnamon to your coffee is not the same thing as eating lentils and berries and broccoli and nuts and beans and all that fun stuff.
And definitely don't add any of that stuff to your coffee. So, yeah.
Might taste okay. I don't know.
No, it's not good. You're not the coffee drinker.
That's true. I don't drink coffee.
You can't even say that. But the goal is nutrient diversity, fiber diversity, and exposure to different plant compounds through whole foods.
And variety matters because different foods contain different types of fibers and phytonutrients.
Right. So black beans bring something different than oats. Blueberries bring something different than almonds. And variety creates a broader nutritional impact.
Yeah. Okay. So, Karissa, tell us about your week with the 30 challenge.
So, yes, when I had introduced this to you, it was, okay, so I'm going to do this. And I've actually done it once before where I was literally counting all of the items throughout the course of the week. Mm-hmm. And so I think naturally we probably easily meet the 30 every week. We just don't realize it. But really putting focus into it to say, okay, I'm going to track all of these items, and it gives you the opportunity to, one, credit yourself where you deserve the credit of you're doing better than you think you are, but then also where the opportunity lies to make a little bit more effort. And so a really great example would be in the morning, if you have oats, you could maybe add a little bit of flaxseed, add just a sprinkle of maybe some chopped walnuts, some blueberries. You could sprinkle cinnamon. You could put in shaved coconut. That's 6 right there. And that's just a normal breakfast. So that kind of helps to put it into perspective a little bit of how easy it might be. But yes, I did do this challenge, and it's really kind of funny because I went into this like, oh, this is going to be super easy. I'm a dietitian. How hard can it really be?
Yeah, famous last words.
Yeah, I was humbled quickly. And not because it wasn't possible, but I was on this roll where I went to the grocery store and I bought all of these fruits and vegetables and I bought all of these plant foods to really kind of beef up more variety than what I normally have in my kitchen, right? And so I even tried a new fruit, which I tried to do that from time to time, which is fun, called the golden berry. Have you ever had one?
Yes.
Okay. What did you think?
It's great.
I mean, I'm just going to land on it's different, but I tried it and my gut thanks me. So there you go. You have it. But I started off with, I'm throwing, berries in my yogurt, and I'm sauteing a variety of vegetables and putting it in my eggs and my legumes, and I'm having nuts and fruits for snacks. And all of this is going well for the first day or two. So I was doing great.
Yeah. You're like, yeah, I was doing great.
I was doing great for the first couple of days.
Yeah, but I'm sure it's just like everything else. You went to the grocery store, you bought what you bought, and then it's now the same thing every single day.
So that's exactly what happened was, so now we're on day 2 or 3, right? And what happens is I have the same foods, but I only have so many mouths in my my house, say that really fast, mouths in my house. I have so many mouths in my house to feed. And so I found myself eating the same foods over and over, which is probably pretty common, right?
Yeah, I'm sure I do it.
Right.
Yeah, most people would.
So I think we even fall into the habit of we eat the same foods over and over. So what are some of your common foods?
Well, cheese.
Yeah.
Hummus, eggs, Greek yogurts.
Okay.
I pretty much buy the same salad mix all the time. It's a Nashville hot salad and crackers to go with my hummus.
Okay, so a real question for you. Now talking about the 30 plants per week challenge, we're learning all this stuff. We're having more conversation about it. We're trialing these things. Are you going to do anything different moving forward?
Yeah, actually I do. I have a healthy spice rack, even though I really don't cook. Sorry. I have a healthy spice rack in my home, but
You're
yeah,
forgiven.
as summer comes and it's really hot where we are, yeah, adding more fruits and vegetables and some of those things just absolutely makes sense.
Yeah. So going to the grocery store, getting more variety, it definitely is a little bit easier to do in certain seasons. That's a real thing.
Let's talk about why variety matters biologically, because this is where the science gets pretty fascinating, actually.
Yeah. So your gut microbiome is made up of trillions of microorganisms that play roles in a variety of different aspects. And so one of them is digestion. And so the fiber helps to really slow things down and make sure that it moves through your system a lot slower. It helps with immune health, metabolism, inflammation, even aspects of mood and mental health. And have you heard the scientific research behind how your gut is your second brain?
Yes, because I'm a fiber enthusiast. So yes, I did know that.
That's a correct answer. You're like, yes, as a matter of fact, I did know that.
And different microbes in your gut prefer different food sources.
Yeah. And I think that's where it gets really fun and fascinating for me is in the gut, you have this, you have your little villi.
Yep. They do this.
And on top of the villi, you have like this film almost. And it's like a carbohydrate filled mucus layer. And that mucus layer is fed off of the gut microbes, right? So that gut bacteria. And when that lining disappears, they start to go after your villi, which is your intestinal lining.
Yep.
And that's where people start to have all of their issues, right? And
yep.
so
they don't do this anymore. They just do this.
Yes.
Yep.
Exactly. And then you start to get a bunch of gut issues, all those things. So this whole variety of fruits and vegetables, you have trillions of gut bacteria, but they don't all feed off of the same thing. And so the more variety that you give them, the more you're feeding your friends. Your gut healthy friends. So yes.
So when someone eats the exact same foods every single day, they may be limiting their diversity of nutrients, which your gut doesn't like. We just learned.
Yeah, absolutely. Greater diversity tends to support greater microbial diversity. And that's one of the key findings from the American Gut Project research, which is, I mean, check it out. All you have to do is Google it, but it's out there.
And importantly, this isn't about restricting or cutting foods out.
Yeah, it's about adding more variety in. And that's one of my favorite parts of this concept.
Yeah. More foods, more colors, more textures, more plants. Eat the rainbow of foods, not the Skittles.
And it's a dietitian love language. It really is. I mean, you talk about love languages, like that's one of our love languages, right?
So there's no more 7 love languages. Now there's 8.
Is there 7? I don't know. I forget how many there are. I think it always changes. But yeah, now there's one more.
Nice.
All right, everybody. It's time for
Fun fiber facts. Woo!
And it just never gets old. How excited you get about that.
I know. Did you know that eating the same healthy foods every single day may still limit your microbiome diversity over time?
So your daily spinach salad is wonderful, but your gut also appreciates variety. So spice it up, change it up.
It's your permission to slip out and branch out and try something new at the grocery store, like a golden berry.
Yeah, a golden berry. So fiber diversity matters too, because different fibers feed different bacteria.
Let's talk about supplements, because people will absolutely ask about supplements and green powders and plant blends and all that fun stuff.
So there are supplements marketed around plant diversity and gut health support, and some can actually play a supportive role. So it is true that they're there and they have their place.
Right. So they are not equal to whole foods.
No. So whole foods provide naturally occurring fiber, water content, texture, phytonutrients, antioxidants, and complex nutrient interactions that supplements simply cannot fully replicate.
So a supplement is a supplement.
It supplements your diet. So just as the name states, yes, exactly. So I think in addition to that, just making sure that if you are using something, because there's some very popular ones out there, I don't want you to feel as though we're here to say, oh, you definitely shouldn't be doing that. You should stop that. Absolutely not. Like, we're not promoting yes or no. We're not saying, we're not endorsing any of that. We're simply making a statement to support whole foods.
Right. Meanwhile, Tallie is over here actually sound asleep, crushing.
She went to doggy daycare.
She is out. She's crushing this challenge, by the way.
Yeah, she is. Seriously. In all seriousness, she does eat a lot of, I don't want to say a lot of fruits and vegetables. That's not a true statement. But where maybe some people may provide a lot of dog treats, we don't do that at our house. We do ice cubes. We do blueberries. Not that there's fiber in ice cubes, but she loves them. We do blueberries. We do squash. If there's a fruit or vegetable that I'm chopping up in the kitchen, if it's safe for her and she comes up to me, I'll offer it to her. And it's pretty rare that she doesn't like it. As a matter of fact, the other day, I gave her a piece of daikon radish and she liked it. I think she liked the crunch, but she ate it. I was like, you know what? That's great.
Tiny corgi, massive gut microbiome.
I know, right? She probably has a much healthier gut than a lot of adults, unfortunately. But we're here to change that because we're giving you all the information that you need. So today's big takeaway, the 30 Plants Challenge is about increasing whole plant food variety to support a healthier gut microbiome.
Yeah, so it's not about perfection. It's not about obsession. It's not counting all the parsley flakes like they're a full vegetable serving.
Exactly. Focus on adding more. And I challenge each of you to try this. So where you are currently in your total per week, and, maybe is there anything that you can do to increase that variety? Check out what you're doing on a daily basis. I know for me, I took a piece of paper and I stuck it to my refrigerator with a piece of tape. And as I was working into my daily meal plan or preparing my meals, I would just write up there the plant that I was putting into that meal. And it helped me to kind of track and easily see where I might be able to, well, why can't I just add cinnamon to this? Or wouldn't walnuts go great with this? And that's just one more thing that I could be adding. So it really helped me to put more visibility into what I was doing.
Yeah. So small changes count, variety counts, your gut notices all those things.
It does. And if you try the challenge, let us know how it goes, because somewhere around day 5, you start realizing how repetitive your grocery cart can become. And if you do try this, put it in the notes. Let us know how it's going for you. We would love to hear it. Or if you've tried it before and you had great success, or you just have a story to share, we want to hear it. Please let us know.
Yeah, especially when you're staring into your refrigerator and you're trying to convince yourself pickles count as multiple plants. Does it?
Yeah, we want to hear that story too. Were you that desperate to reach 30? We definitely want to hear that story. So,
yep, absolutely. Well, everyone, thanks for hanging out with us on Friends Fascinated with Fiber and Other Shit.
And if you enjoyed today's episode, share it with a friend, please. Maybe someone who needs a little bit more variety in their meal, or whose vegetable drawer currently only contains one lonely bag of carrot or celery.
That's sad.
But it's so true, and it happens. We've all been there. So please, and if you want to hear about something, maybe a particular topic, please jump into the comments. Tell us. We would love to hear a little bit more about what you're interested in, and we would love to bring that to you. So yeah.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Stay regular, my friends.